Good morning, children. Today I'm going to teach you a new chapter, chapter 8, Those Three Bears. Before I could start with this chapter, I would like to give you a short briefing about the author or the writer of this story. Those Three Bears is written by Ruskin Bond. He is one of the most famous Indian writer and he has written many books on nature and animals. He has spent most of his lifetime on the hills, and most of his stories that you will see or come across, stories or poems that you will come across, are related with nature and animals. Those Three Bears is one of the story when he came in close contact with the Himalayan bears 3 times. So please pay attention while I read and explain the chapter. Most Himalayan villages lie in the valley, where there are small streams, some farmlands, and protection from the biting wind that comes through the mountain passes in winter. So if we have visited a hill station, we will find that most of the houses in the hill stations are located in the valley. And the reason for them to be located or for the population to stay over there is because there are people do lots of farming over there, cultivation on the foothills. They can, like terrace gardening is being done, and they cultivate things. They make their house, they build their house, and they do farming in that piece of land. And moreover, it is the valley that protects the people from the from the very cold, chill wind that blows from the Himalayan mountains during winter time. Now, most of the houses in the hills or in the valleys are usually made with local materials. Like the houses that you will find over there are being made by stones. They have sloping roofs. Now, the reason for them to have sloping roofs is that during monsoon season, when it rains heavily, the water can easily slide down. The roofs are usually made of large stone. The houses are usually made of large stones and have sloping roofs on, so the heavy monsoon rain can run off easily. During the sunny autumn month, the roofs are often covered with pumpkins left there to ripen in the sun. Now, during the sunny autumn month, now autumn is a season after summer and before winter. It's neither hot nor too cold. It's not humid at that time. That's in the month of September and October. It's neither hot nor too cold. It's not very humid. So at that time the sun is bright and most of the roofs that you will see are covered with pumpkins. Now these pumpkins are left there to ripen. Now this autumn summer sun ripens the pumpkin. One October month, when I was sleeping at a friend's house in a village in these hills, I was awakened by a rumbling and thumping on the roof. Now it was one October month when the author or the speaker had gone to the hill station to visit his friend, so he was sleeping at his friend's place. So what happened was, while he was sleeping, he got disturbed. He could hear a rumbling and thumping sound on the top of the roofs. Now usually the roofs in the valleys are made of tins. So when he heard this rumbling and thumping sound on the roof, he got disturbed and he was little scared. He thought, from where is this noises coming, and he wanted to know. So I was awakened by the rumbling and thumping on the roof. I woke up my friend and asked him what was happening. Then what happened was, suddenly when he got disturbed while he was sleeping, so he woke up his friend and asked him, what's going on? From where is this noise coming? So his friend said, it's only a bear, please go to sleep. But still he carried on asking his friend, is the bear trying to come in? Now, is the bear trying to come in? Is the bear trying to enter into the house? Then his friend told him, no, it's only after the pumpkins. the bear is not trying to get in, it's only after the pumpkins. A little later, when we woke up, when we looked up out of the window, we saw a black bear making off through the field, leaving a trail of half-eaten pumpkins. Then, after a little while, when they got disturbed, then he and his friend both came and stood near the window. And what did they saw? And what did the author see was he saw a black Himalayan bear. A black Himalayan bear was leaving a path of half-eaten, was left a trail of half-eaten pumpkin, means left a path of half-eaten pumpkin and was going. In winter, when snow covers the high ranges, the Himalayan bears come down to lower areas in search of food. Sometimes they forage in the field, and because they are short-sighted and suspicious of anything that moves, they can be dangerous. Now, the reason for these Himalayan bears to come down to the valley in search of food is that, now why do these Himalayan bears come down to the valley? Now, these Himalayan bears come down to the valley in search of food, in forage of food. Now, during the winter months, what happens is the the hills are, usually the mountains are covered with snow. So there is a shortage of food and there is a scarcity of food. For that reason, these Himalayan bears, they come down to the valley in search of food so that they can get anything to eat to fill themselves. But these Himalayan bears are very suspicious and short-sighted. Now, the reason why they are very suspicious and short-sighted is these Himalayan bears cannot see clearly. They cannot see very clearly. They are very short-sighted. They cannot see very far off. So they are short-sighted. Due to that, which they become very suspicious. They do not trust anyone. So they can easily attack. They can easily attack humans. For that reason, due to their short-sightedness, they can easily attack humans because they do not trust anyone. And they can also be dangerous. They can also be dangerous. But like most wild animals, they avoid humans as much as possible. Now, but like most of these wild animals, these Himalayan bears also, they like to avoid human beings. They don't like to come in close contact with human beings. They try to keep their distance from human beings. Even if they come down to the valley in search of food, so they come at that time when there are people might be asleep, or when there is less crowd of human beings. So at that time only they come in search of food. Now, village folks always advise me to run down if I am chased by a bear. They say bears find it easier to run uphill than down. I am yet to be chased by a bear. Now, the village folks advise the author or the speaker, if you are chased by a bear, it's best to run down the hill rather than running up the hill. Now, running up the hill it's quite easy for the Himalayan bears to run up the hill because it has a very strong legs. The front legs are very strong and it finds it very easy to climb uphill. But to run downhill, as it has a huge body, it has a huge and bulky body. So if it tries to run downhill, it finds it difficult to balance itself. So it might rumble. It might rumble and fall down and hurt itself. For that reason, so village folk always advise the author or the speaker that whenever if you are attacked by a bear, it's best to run downhill than to run up the hill. Okay. And I will happily skip the experience. Now the author is trying to say that if he's been attacked, he would rather avoid getting attacked by. He would rather avoid coming into that kind of situation. I would happily skip the experience, means he would avoid coming in close contact with one of these Himalayan black bears. But I have seen a few of these mountain bears in India and they are always fascinating to watch. But the speaker or the author has seen these Himalayan black bears in other parts of India. It can be he might have seen it in circus or somewhere or the other. But and he has always found these Himalayan black bears interesting to watch fascinating to watch means interesting to watch. He always found them quite interesting to watch and see, because these bears are not very huge in size. Not very, they are huge, but they are not as huge as other bears. But they have a bulky body, long nails, black in color, long hairs, and they look quite dangerous. For that reason, he finds it very interesting to watch. Now, the Himalayan bears, they also like to consume pumpkin, corns, apricot. These are some of the things which the Himalayan bears like to eat. Now, these are some of the things which the Himalayan bears like to consume or eat. They like to eat pumpkin, corns, plums, and apricot. Children, I'll explain the remaining chapter in the next class. Until then, thank you.